How to achieve fast and easy boho braids in minutes. Now, if that's what you're here for, keep on watching. Guys, the hair that I'm going to be using today is from Janet Collection and the product from Ishe. So thank you so much, Janet Collection, for sponsoring this video. And I was actually able to finish this hairstyle in 2 days thanks to my kids who do not let me be great at all. But you can literally do it within minutes. And there are so many different ways that you could install this here. I will show you what I did, of course, and I am gonna go over a couple of other ways at the end of the video, so just keep watching. First of all, I have the Janet Collection Nala Tress Easy Split, Easy Stretch, pre-sectioned hair. 50 inches, sorry, I was about to say 50 inches, and I have it in the color 1B. So this here is the hair already split, so you don't have to go in and pre-section the hair. It's already pre-sectioned for you, which is really good. This is my first time actually using this hair, and I'm super excited. And I also have the Encore La Vie. It's bulk hair, it's crochet braid, and I have 18 inches, I believe. Yeah, Encore La Vie new deep bulk, 18 inches in the color 1B. So that's what I'm gonna be using for, the extra little curly pieces at the end. And I always like to see, you see how it's cut up there? I always like to see that because I want to know, is it folded? Is my hair folded or is it cut? But usually when you hear bulk, you know that it's cut up top. And for the star of the show, this is the new Janet Collection track braid here. So it's braiding here on a track. The boho braids, it's already made, but it's on a sewing track, like a weaving track. And this is in 24 inches, you guys. I have the color 1B again. And this is 100% human hair premium uni mix. So it's human and synthetic blend. It says here on the card that it's easy and quick, 70% faster than hand tied method, which is true. You get to really install this fast just by having it on a track alone. It's already 70% faster. It's long lasting, of course, because you don't have to mix your hair into into the braiding hair, of course, and it's affordable and convenient. So let's deep dive into what this is looking like. They have the curly pieces hanging from it. The braiding hair is properly done, which I love about it. And yeah, you can see it's on a track there, and you also have some crochet pieces, some curly crochet pieces coming from the track itself, but it's beautifully done, and I really just love the quality of it. Braid pattern. Now when it comes to the braid pattern, you just have to think about how you would normally wear your braiding hair. So if you would wear it as a side part, as a center part, or even like just with someone at the front and all the rest is braided down, like however you normally would wear your braiding hair. It could be in a ponytail. You do your leave out accordingly. So I decided, well, most of the times when I have braiding hair, I would wear either a side part or a center part. So this time I decided to do a center part, like do a center part leave out, and I braided down the rest. Now, my method that I'm going to be using here today is clip-ins. I decided to install some clips into the hair so that way it's easy to install and easy to remove. Now, like I said, there's so many different ways that you can install this here, and that's one of the things I absolutely love about it, because the possibilities are endless, literally. Like there's so many different ways you can install this, but I decided to do the clip-in method, and just to make it a little bit more fun and a little bit faster. I'll be using the Ishe Slick and Slay styling gel. That's to do my braiding hair up top. And this is actually my first time doing a boho braid, believe it or not. I've never done it before, so I was a little bit scared, but I was like, you know what? If I can do regular knotless braid, I can do regular traditional braid. I can do a boho braid. It's just adding some curly pieces to it. And trust me, you can do it. If you know how to feed in here, then you can definitely do a boho braid, because all you're doing is feeding in the curly piece, and yeah, that's it. You get a beautiful braid. But anyway, you don't have to do a lot of it, which is really good. You just have to do a leave out piece. So I parted my hair down the middle. I added my styling gel, and I began to braid the hair down. So while you watch me install my very first boho braid ever, I am going to go over some of the other methods that you can use to install this here. Now all of the methods require you to have a leave out, so whether it's around the entire head or just a parting space, you have to have a leave out. So you could sew the hair down because this is braiding here on a track, so you have a sewing track so you can sew the hair down, and I think that method would allow you to have the hair in for a longer period of time, and it's a lot more flexible. You can pull it up in a ponytail a lot easier, whereas with the clip-ins you can't really pull it up into a ponytail because of how it's clipped down. So with the sewing method, I think if you want it to last a long time, and I think that's everybody, if you're gonna have braiding hair, you want it to last you a long time, right? So if you want, go ahead, sew it down, and that way it would last longer. Low maintenance, because again your hair isn't intertwined with the braiding hair except for the leave out area, and you can always just redo that because it's easy and it's quick to redo it because it's not a lot. So yeah, the braiding method, I think, not braiding, the sewing method, I think, is probably the longest lasting one. You can also do a quick weave. This is where you glue it on to a cap onto your head. Um, that's up to you if you want to do it that way. That way, I think it lasts longer than the clip-ins, because of course the clip-ins you would have to take it out at night. I do not recommend you sleeping in your clip-ins. Please don't do that, okay? Just take it out at night. So if you want it to last you a while but not too long, then I would say go for the quick weave method. It's fast, and yeah, you can get it done, quickly. But you can also do the quick weave method on a cap, like on a wig cap. So you kind of like make it into a wig. So again, the hair is on a track, so you could literally make this into a wig. That way you can always throw it on and throw it off. But again, you would have to have your leave out at the front. If you want to switch it up, like you want to wear different hairstyles every day, again, like I said, the leave out is not a lot. So a regular wig could easily fit on top of your head, with the leave out, because it's not a lot. So you can switch up your hairstyle, wear a wig one day, next day throw on that braided wig that you made. So that's another easy way that you can wear the hair, or you can just do it the way I'm doing it right now, which is clip-ins. So you can just attach some clips onto the tracks and clip it into your hair. Now I decided to go that route just because I review wigs a lot more, so I didn't want to have like a permanent hairstyle. So I decided to just do the clip-ins. That way it's easy to come off, easy to throw back on if I need to, just put it back on, get a quick little hairstyle to go somewhere. I can just throw the clip-ins back on. So that's why I decided to do that. And I got 4 packs of hair. I added clip-ins to 3 packs because I thought that that's what I was going to use, but to my great surprise, I only used 2 packs. I don't know for sure, but the amount that I had left back, I only used 2 packs of hair. And I could have added more because there was a little bit more space for me to add some more clip-ins, but I decided to leave it at like that because I thought that it was full enough. I didn't want to make it too unrealistic. And that's something you have to take into consideration if you're gonna do any of these methods. Take into consideration not putting too much, not making it too bulky, and making it look unrealistic, because if you are braiding your entire head in a boho braid, it wouldn't be too thick, if you get what I'm saying. It wouldn't be so thick. So take that into consideration and just use as much hair or as less hair as you would like. But for me personally, I used 2 packs and I thought that that was good enough. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know if you would have added more or less to the hairstyle. So once I was done with all my leave out, I went ahead and just started adding the clip-ins from the back going all the way up. I think in total I added like 8 rows to my hair. Like I said, I could have added more, but I decided to leave it as is because I thought it was full enough, the way it was. But it was really easy to sew the clips on the wefts. It was really, really easy. So if you want to try it, definitely try it out. I will recommend it. After I was done adding all the clips in, I noticed that, well, I knew this from the beginning. I had planned this from the beginning, but I noticed that you can see the tracks from the top. So in my head, I was thinking, how can I hide the tracks, from the top? although you have your leave out, but come on, it's braided here, so it's not like, loose here. So you can definitely see the tracks in between. So what I decided to do was use some of that curly hair, that bulk hair that I got. I used some of that and I crocheted it on top of the tracks just to hide the track. Another thing I love about this is that the Uncle Lovey New Deep bulk hair is exactly what they use for this pre-braided track here. So you don't have to go looking to see, oh my god, what kind of curly hair matches with this, what kind of curly hair I can use to blend. Do I have to use water wave, bohemian curl, like what kind of curl? No, the curl is already, they already have the braiding hair, the curl pattern, so they use the exact same one, so that way you don't have to fight about and have different curl patterns in your hair. It's exactly the same. So I, like I said, I just used that and I was able to hide the tracks on top by crocheting some hair over it. And of course, it's not a finished look unless you add some mousse. So I used the Ishe Melt and Slay setting mousse, and I just added it to the entire thing, the entire length of the hair. It was beautiful. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. The way I styled my hair in this video is usually how I would style my braided hair, because I want it out of my face. I want the braids, but I do want it out of my face because I'm doing a lot throughout the day. I have kids, I'm running about. So usually I would just take the two ends, like the area by my ear, take those and just tie the hair back. That's how I would wear my braided hair, honestly. So that's why I decided to use this leave out area and to style it like that. However, you can always style it the way you would normally wear your hair. If you would normally just wear your hair out, then you style it accordingly. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section down below. I will leave all the links for you to purchase. And yeah, I would say, like I said, get 2 packs if you think that what I have in my head is enough. If not, then get like 3 4 packs, if you want it fuller and stuff like that. But you only need 1 pack of the pre-stretched, pre-sectioned braiding hair, and you also just need 1 pack of the bulk hair, the Uncle Levy bulk hair, and you have yourself a fast and easy boho hairstyle, just that quick. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.